The coffee maker was gasping its last breaths, sounding more like a walrus with a head cold than a machine meant to deliver my morning salvation. I was smacking its side, begging for one more cup, when Ethan rolled in. Or tried to. My 10-year-old, with his trademark grin that could light up a blackout, stopped dead at the garage door to the kitchen, his forehead scrunched like he'd seen a ghost. That was my first red flag. Ethan doesn't do worry. He does, check this out, Dad, or bet I can move faster than you can run. So when he said, Dad, where's the ramp? His voice small and shaky, my brain, still half asleep, hit a brick wall. Ramp, buddy? The porch one. I mumbled, GIVYing the coffee maker another whack. Yeah, he said, and there was a tremble in his tone that made my chest tighten. It's gone. Just steps now. Gone? The fog in my head cleared, replaced by a cold, sharp stab of what the hell. I abandoned the dying machine and followed Ethan to the garage door. Sure enough, the custom aluminum ramp-me weekend masterpiece, leveled to perfection so Ethan could zoom in and out like a king was nowhere. Just bare concrete steps and a faint outline in the dirt where it used to stand. My stomach lurched like I'd missed a step in the dark. Ethan looked up at me, his eyes wide with confusion and a hurt that punched me square in the gut. That ramp wasn't just metal. It was his freedom, his I got this, Dad. Okay, Mike, I told myself, breathe. There's got to be a reason. Maybe a freak wind grew thumbs and a taste for aluminum. Maybe aliens with a fetish for accessibility gear beamed it up. Yeah, right? The part of my brain that served VY-VED 5 years of HOA nonsense was already screaming one name. Linda. Linda Fairchild, the HOA president who could make milk curdle and flowers wilt with a single glare. My wife, Rachel, was out there now, arms crossed, lips tight. She's a nurse, used to real crises, but this was personal. We'd fought Linda tooth and nail with a lawyer's letter for backup just to get that ramp approved. I could still see her at the HOA meeting, clutching her rulebook like it was scripture, droning about aesthetic harmony and how a ramp would ruin the neighborhood's colonial-inspired charm. We'd countered with the Americans with Disabilities Act, and she'd caved, but her glare could have melted steel. Across the street, Mrs. Jenkins, our resident curtain twitcher, was watering her already soggy petunias. She shuffled over, her voice a conspiratorial hiss. Mike, Rachel, I saw Linda out here at 7, with her clipboard and 2 burly guys in a rusty flatbed. Rachel's eyes narrowed. What was she doing, Mrs. Jenkins? Pointing, she said, nodding at the empty spot. Then they took it apart, quick as you please. I thought you'd ordered a new one. My blood pressure spiked. Clipboard. Flatbed. Linda's fingerprints were all over this. This wasn't a mix-up. This was a calculated hit. I sent Rachel and Ethan inside. Ethan didn't need to see me lose it. Rachel gave me her don't make the evening news look, but even she knew this was war. Linda's house was a shrine to beige, her lawn trimmed like it was headed to prom. Her topiary poodles sneered from the porch, and a live, laugh, love sign felt more like a threat than a VYB. I knocked, and her dog, Duchess Tinkerbell, yapped like a furry car alarm. Linda cracked the door, already sneering in her silk robe, like I was a roach in her kitchen. Yes, she said, her voice dripping icicles. I'm meditating, and your son's noise is disrupting my chi. Ethan had been humming a game tune. The horror. Linda, Rachel said, stepping up, our son's ramp is gone. Mrs. Jenkins saw you. Linda's eyes flickered smug. Oh, the ramp, she cooed, like she was discussing a stray sock. It had to be removed. HOA rules. Article 4, Section B, Subsection 3. Exterior modifications must maintain VY Sewell continuity. She tapped her rulebook, her holy grail. I exploded. It's a wheelchair ramp for a disabled kid, Linda. You approved it. We have the paperwork. Her smile was pure venom. Approvals can be re-VY-EU'd, Mr. Thompson. Complaints about clutter and depressing VY Sewells were raised. I disposed of it properly. She slammed the door, Duchess yapping triumphantly. Disposed of. The word burned like acid. Rachel called the cops, but the dispatcher was useless without proof Linda profited or caused major damage. It was CIVYL. I paced, the phrase looping in my head. Disposed of. You don't toss 100 pounds of aluminum in the trash. You sell it. Mrs. Jenkins said the flatbed went east toward the industrial park. My industrial park, where my scrapyard, Thompson's Metal Haven, sits. My heart skipped. No way. Even Linda wasn't that brazen. But the more I thought, the more it clicked. A rusty flatbed? That's every scrapper's ride. Linda, cheap as she was, would have cashed in. I grabbed my keys. Rachel, watch Ethan. I'm checking the yard. Thompson's Metal Haven is my kingdom of chaos, piles of steel, crushed cars, copper wire rivers. To me, it's home. My foreman, Sal, waddled over, surprised to see me on Saturday. Boss, what's up? Family okay? Chasing a ghost, Sal. Any odd aluminum drop-offs today? Ramp-shaped, maybe with a side of smug. Sal scratched his beard. Funny you ask. Had a lady in this morning, real out of place. Blonde, sharp haircut, fancy clothes, yappy dog in a purse. Try to haggle with Joey for an extra $20 on a clean aluminum ramp. My pulse thundered. Where is it? Back by the non-ferrous line, ready for the sheer Monday. She signed the waiver, said it was hers. There it was. Ethan's ramp. Linda didn't just steal, it sold it to Saw My Saw Yard. The audacity was almost art. I told Sal to pull it, clean it, and get the waiver. My rage hardened into a plan, sharp and vicious. Linda wanted to play dirty? I'd make her regret it. I called Pete, my fabricator, a wizard with metal. Pete, it's Mike. Linda struck again. Stole Ethan's ramp, sold it for scrap. I need a new one, better, shinier, with flame details. Fast. Price is no object. Pete whistled. For Ethan? I'll have it done by Monday, installed with flair. Next, I rallied Sal and my crew to turn the old ramp into a masterpiece of Macaria mannequin in a floral robe, crowned with a colander, draped in rusty gears, holding a sign. Linda F., HOA, Queen Voscrap Star. Monday, 8 a.m. The street buzzed with tension, or maybe that was my fourth coffee. Pete's truck rolled up, unveiling the Phoenix ramp gleaming, flame-etched, a beast of beauty. Neighbors gawked. Then Sal's rusty flatbed, the beast, roared in, carrying Linda's art installation. The mannequin, grotesque and glorious, sat front and center. Linda's door flew open. She stormed out in a garish robe, Duchess Tinkerbell shrieking, her face twisting from fury to horror. What is saw this saw? She screeched, pointing at the beast. Vandalism. Remove it. I strolled over, coffee in hand, calm as a summer breeze. Morning, Linda. Like Ethan's new ramp? The old one? Funny story. I own the scrapyard you sold it to. Her face went white. You saw what saw. I held up the waiver, her signature bold as sin. You sold my son's ramp, haggled for $20. Signed this saying it was yours. That's theft, Linda. Fraud. The crowd neighbors, joggers, Mrs. Jenkins filming gasped. I waved the waiver. There's even a photo. You and Duchess posing by the scale. A bluff, but Sal played along, fumbling his phone. Linda looked ready to faint. Sirens wailed. Mrs. Jenkins had called the cops. Officers Carter and Hay stepped out, Carter sighing like he'd aged a decade. I handed over the waiver. She stole medical equipment, sold it under false pretenses. Hayes read it, his face stone. Miss Fairchild, you'll need to come with us. Linda shrieked. I'm the HOA president. This is persecution. But they led her to the car, Duchess yapping in Mrs. Jenkins' arms. The crowd clapped, a slow, sweet wave of justice. Sal parked the art on Linda's driveway, a gift of shame. Ethan zoomed on his Phoenix ramp, laughing, flames glinting. Rachel hugged me. You're insane, Mike. But damn, that was good. Weeks later, Linda was ousted from the HOA, fined, and rumored to be house hunting far away. The mannequin ramp got her a city citation poetic. Ethan, now Ethan the Flame, rules his ramp. My yard's booming, and our street's freer. Linda learned, don't mess with a Scrap King's kid. So what do you think? Was I too harsh? Or did Linda deserve every bit? Should HOAs have this much power, or are they just playground for petty tyrants? Would you have gone for the art stunt or something quieter? Drop your thoughts, hit like, subscribe, and let's keep this fire burning.